So, once again, I am Marie Hollins. I am the founder of Connecting Love and Marriage. I help wives navigate through the tough seasons of marriage and help them reconnect with their boo. Okay. Today, I'll be talking about painless ways to deal with in-laws that don't like you. Okay. So, it's sometimes harder for females to go into a situation with in-laws than males. It just really depends. But we're funny acting sometimes. So sometimes you go into another family and other females there might not like you. You have to deal with the mother-in-law. You have to deal with cousins and all these other people who love your husband also. Okay. So, stalker. Oh, okay. So basically, we're going to deal with a couple of the issues ways that you can deal with it. There's going to be an offer. Actually, I do have an offer for you. If you click the link in my bio, I have how to overcome 5 biggest problems couples face during the holidays. Now, this deals with dealing with family, dealing with in-laws, dealing with your family, your extended family. Okay, so click the link in my bio and grab a free digital guide, okay? And it's how to overcome the 5 biggest problems that couples face during the holidays, okay? Also, I have an offer. Okay, I'm gonna let you know about that up front. It's only available for 5 women, okay? It's my ebook help. The reviews, oh my gosh, the information and the feedback I'm getting from women has been amazing. Hey, boo. And basically, I have it discounted today because since we're getting ready for holidays and, we're trying to get ready for dealing with other people, Thanksgiving and Christmas, the ebook Help How to Stay Married When Times Get Tough is only $19, but I only have 5 copies of it available. Okay, so if you want it, click the link in my bio, grab it real quick before somebody else does. I only got 5 copies available. Okay, so it's only $19. Regular price is $29. Okay, so go ahead and grab that. So let's jump right on in to painless ways to deal with in-laws that don't like you. Okay. Also, share. Hit that button, little triangle thing at the bottom. Share this with someone, 2 people that might like this information. If they're struggling with an in-law, if they're having a problem with somebody, go ahead and share this with them. Okay. So, of course, you marry your boo and you're in love and you decide you're going to get married. Now you have to deal with not that you have to deal with, that's a negative way to say it, because when you're marrying someone, you're gaining family. Okay. But unfortunately, it's not always sweet. A lot of the women who've been contacting me lately have been talking about problems with in-laws. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. I don't have problems with my in-laws. I kind of like them. They're kind of cool. I like them. Okay. But, I was married before and there were some challenges there. Okay. So number 1, regardless of how they feel about you, you're responsible for your actions. Okay. What I want you to understand is no matter how they feel about you, you are responsible for how you react. You're responsible for how you behave. So you can't just walk into a situation and if you are not being friendly, if you are not, because sometimes we go into these relationships where it's like, oh, that's my husband. He's mine now. But he still has family. Okay. He still loves his family. So you have to respect the fact that they also want time with him too. So make sure that when you're interacting with them, that you're still being cordial and you're still being kind. Remember, no matter what, you have to shine the light of God. Okay. You're representing God no matter what. You don't know their family might not be, your family might not be saved. Or his side of the family might not be saved. The person you have an issue with might not really know God, but you know God, so you have to show the love of God no matter what. Okay. Next, make sure you and your spouse are on the same page. Talk to your spouse about the issue. If you have an issue with his sister, okay, you talk to him about it. Say, well, when she did such and such, or what's going on here. When you talk to him about it, he might be able to give you some background information too, because there might be something that she's going through. She might have just had a breakup, or for whatever reason, she might have an issue that's outside of, that does not deal with you. So don't always take it personal that she has an issue with you, or that an in-law has an issue with you. Now, of course, if they have an issue, address the issue, speak to them about it. Find out what it is that they have a problem with. You'll notice sometimes that when you sit down and talk with people, they don't really have a clear answer regarding what their problem is with you. Okay. But give them an opportunity to express themselves. Once they sit down with you, they might realize, I really don't have a problem with you. I really have a problem with something else. Okay. Maybe they feel that you're taking your husband or their brother or cousin away from them. Okay. So sit down and have a heart to heart with them. Give them an opportunity to express themselves and meet. Now, realistically, before you have this sit down heart to heart with them, make sure you pray. Make sure you ask God to be a guard, to soften hearts so that you're able to, you hear what they're saying and they hear what you're saying. Okay. The purpose in sitting down and having a conversation is not for y'all to pop off. The purpose in the conversation is for y'all to come to a common resolve and an understanding, because you're now family. Okay. So you'll probably be spending time together. And with this, you have to consider your children. Okay. Because your children most likely will need to at some point engage with their family. Now, if this is a cousin that live in Timbuktu, Mars, and y'all never really see each other but once every 10 decades, then, the pressure isn't really on. But you want to make sure that you are doing your best to have a relationship with your new family, and that you're not doing anything to prohibit any kind of relationship from growing. Okay. So that's the first one. Make sure that you are properly handling yourself and that you're responsible for your actions. Next, make sure you and your spouse are on the same page. Like I was saying, he might fill you in on some background information. You never know. He might actually say to you, girl, don't even worry about her. Ain't nobody. That's just how she is. So you're thinking you have to mend this relationship, and then you talk to your husband. He's like, girl, don't even. I love her. I do, but that's just how she is. So have that conversation with him. Next, be firm and direct. Okay. Sometimes dealing with in-laws that don't like you, it's just like with any relationship, really. Be clear about your stand, because you're now married. You're now his boo. You now till death do you part. Be clear about what you feel. Be clear about where you stand. And be clear, I'm not going nowhere. I would like us to have a good relationship. You hear him sneezing? If y'all can hear him, that's my husband in the background sneezing. He keeps sneezing. I don't know why he's sneezing. But yes, be clear and direct. Now, be respectful. Okay, that doesn't mean you go, I ain't going nowhere. Y'all better respect me. Don't be pop off princess. Okay, but be firm and be direct about who you are now in the relationship. Okay, be consistent. Don't have your husband go speak for you. Okay. Unless it's like a volatile situation. Hopefully you're not in a volatile situation, but be clear and be respectful in who you are, how you want to have a relationship. You would like to, but if they don't want it, dust your heels off and you keep on going. Okay. So be firm and direct. Next, that was 1, 2, 3. So we're up to 4. Okay. It probably isn't really about you. Some people are just angry. Some people are just bitter. Some people are just mad just because they mad, They mad because it's Tuesday. They mad because it's Wednesday. They mad because the sun came up. They mad because the sun went down. There's just some people in life who are going to be miserable no matter what you say and or do. Okay. Just accept it's not about you. There's just some people that just talk aggressive. There's just some people that just say stuff they shouldn't be saying. And they do that all the time with everybody. I'm a little I'm a little bit more wise than I was before. Just a little, not too much. But I used to feel like I need to correct people all the time. Like if you said A, B, and C, and I'm like, wait a minute. What you're not going to do is say A, B, and C, because that's not lining up with my understanding, you know? But over some time, I've learned sometimes just sit there like, some stuff is not worth the argument. Some stuff is not worth the challenge. Some stuff is not worth the friction. Okay. So, know that some people are just who they are. Remember, you have two married people coming together in a relationship, from two different backgrounds. And you're supposed to make this thing happen. You're supposed to make it work. Now, you have two different upbringings. Now, like I told you, I'm from New York. If you know me, I'm from New York. My boo's from Dallas. That's two totally different time zones. It was funny, and I just we're still on two different time zones. Like I'm always an hour ahead of him. Like always, I'm like 10 days ahead of him. New York is an hour away, ahead of Dallas, so I'm always thinking ahead. And he's always like, "It's all good. It'll happen when it happens. I'll get there when I get there." You know, he's real laid back. Nothing. There's never a fire. So his upbringing in Dallas is different from my speedy upbringing in New York. So I've had to learn, slow down, or just accept that's how he is. Okay? And most likely his people are like that because they were all together in the house like that. Okay? Now that doesn't mean his way is better than my way and my way is better than his way. It's just a matter of getting some wisdom and realizing this little thing is not going to destroy my marriage. Okay, so choose your battles wisely. Okay, next, don't try to fix them. Don't try to fix your in-laws. You will hurt yourself and frustrate yourself and waste a lot of time trying to fix people who don't necessarily need to be fixed. Okay, part of this is you putting your pride to the side. You don't know everything. Just because their way is different doesn't mean that their way is wrong. Okay? You don't have to try to fix who they are and how they've been. Remember, they existed before you came into the picture. Okay? So they don't need you to mold them and turn them into something else. Now, of course, you're building these wonderful, hopefully you're trying to build a relationship with them. And over time, y'all grow together and y'all, start to as you're having conversations, you're learning from each other. And of course, as you're growing, you're helping each other. And this deals with all in-laws, okay? But if you spend your time constantly trying to tell them what's wrong with them, tell them they need to do better, you're going to be frustrated. That's the same thing with anybody. Who wants to be with somebody that's always trying to tell them that they're wrong or they got an issue or they need to do better in life, okay? And feel free to put any questions you might have in here. Inside the comment section, okay? I'll be answering them. So let me take a step back in case you just came on. I am Aretris Hollins. I am the founder of Connecting Love and Marriage. I help wives navigate through tough seasons of marriage and reconnect with their boo, their hubby, their husband, okay? I have two offers available for you. The first offer is a freebie. It's a guide. It's a digital download. If you click the link in my bio, it's how to overcome the 5 biggest problems couples face during the holidays. You want this guide. Okay? Once again, it's how to overcome the 5 biggest problems couples face during the holidays. Okay? Click the link in my bio and you can grab it now. Okay? But yeah, we'll come back. But anywho, and then I have a bonus offer. I have an ebook called Help, How to Stay Married When Times Get Tough. This book is amazing. Okay, if I do say so myself. But I've gotten a couple good reviews. Not a couple, but I got a whole gang of them. But you want to grab this ebook. It's normally $29. But for the first 5 women to buy it, it's only going to cost you $19. I only have 5 available. Okay, so if you click the link in my bio, it is the big, bold, hot pink box up there. So click the link in my bio. It's going to open up another page. It's a big box in there. Hot pink. Hot pink is my favorite color. As you can tell, the stuff behind me on my wall. Okay. You click that, you'll be able to get it. It's only $19 for the first 5 people. After that, it goes back up to $29. Okay. So grab it if you want it. So let's jump right back on in here. with painless ways to painless ways to deal with in-laws that don't like you. Okay, so I said to be firm, stop trying to fix them. Okay, set healthy boundaries. It's very important when you're engaging with them that you have an understanding. First of all, you and your boo, your husband, should have an understanding of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. You know, people just come into the house. Like, I'm really funny acting sometimes. I'm an introvert. Even though I'm going live, I'm an introvert. So random people just come. I'm the one, when you come ring my bell and you didn't call, I don't answer. I don't answer. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's like, you didn't call. So that's just a boundary for me. Now, if his family comes over and didn't call, of course I'm going to open the door, you know, it is what it is. But like, whatever boundaries you have for your family, including money, you know, buying, because, you know, his family might be accustomed to going on these big old lavish shopping sprees, and they invite your boo to go. And then you're like, well, we have bills to pay. So boundaries and understanding of what's acceptable in your family. Okay. So you sit down, you have all those conversations prior to them arriving. And even if something happens, say an issue comes up and you're like, well, how are we going to handle this? You know, you two talk. I'm really big on John and I having a conversation before he or I talk to outside people. Okay, so if we're trying to make a decision regarding what we're going to do for the holidays, what we're going to do with our girls during the summer, you know, I don't have a conversation with my people, and he doesn't have a conversation with his people, or I'd like for him not to, until we have an understanding. We need to have an understanding first before we go to the outside people and say, okay, look, this is what we're going to do. Okay, and that's just so that y'all have an understanding, y'all on one accord. And then if you're having an issue with in-laws, remember that hurt people hurt people. Okay, people that are hurting will hurt other people, and it's not. It's just something that you're in so much pain. Some people are in so much pain that they just can't help themselves. They're just hurting, and they're lashing out and they're reacting at people, and you have to pray for them, okay? You have to pray that God will heal them. Because if they're miserable all the time, it's not that they're having fun being miserable. No, they're not. No one's miserable and happy to be. I don't know. Maybe there are people who are miserable and happy to be miserable, but that's not me. But most people that I know that when you're sad, you don't want to be sad, or if you're being miserable, you don't really want to be miserable. When you're being cranky and just funky with people, you're not necessarily wanting to be funky with people. Most people want to be happy and they want to have a good time. But unfortunately, sometimes the cares of life weigh them down so much, they just, you know, they're struggling with getting out of this stuff. So, if you see they're hurting this is now your family, pray for them. Try to help them. See if you can do something to help them out. Okay? And this is all painless. This is all basic stuff that you can do. Okay? So, ladies, your homework. I always give y'all homework. I hope y'all have your pen. And this homework is only for grown women. Okay? This assignment is not for the weak. This assignment is not for little girls. Okay, it takes true maturity for you to complete this assignment. Okay, identify one in-law that you have a strained relationship with. Okay, for whatever reason, y'all just not clicking, y'all just not getting along for whatever reason. Okay, number one, I want you to sincerely pray for them. Ask God to show you if you've done anything to damage the relationship. Now, some of y'all won't have to do this prayer because y'all know y'all popped off. Like, you know what you did wrong. So if you already know what you did wrong, just go on and go to the next step and apologize. That's why I said this is for the big girls. This is for the grown-ups, okay? If you've done something wrong, and don't nail yourself to the cross over it, okay? The whole point is you making amends and getting to a point in your relationship where y'all are able to be at an event and enjoy each other's company. And the thing about it is, you don't want your issue or something you did to now be a burden on someone else. And if they're hurting simply because you love God, you should want to help them out of their issue. Okay? So pray for them and then go apologize. Do not say, if I offended you. Don't say that. Say, I did A, B, and C, and I'm sorry. That's it. Don't say, well, I did it because, or if you didn't do this, or if you had done this. No, don't make any excuses. Just, I did this, and I'm sorry. You can even take it a step further, put on your real big girl panties, and say, will you forgive me? Okay? And if you took an honest look and you've prayed about it, and you know you have not done anything wrong, they're just mean, ask God to heal their wounds. Ask God to heal. There's something going on. People are not just mean just because they want to be mean. There's some stuff that they're struggling with. There's some baggage. There's some strongholds. There's some issues that are now prohibiting them from being nice and friendly. Okay? So pray that they get delivered from those issues. Pray that God heals those wounds so that they now can be happier people, friendlier people. Okay? And then ask the Lord. Now here's another hard part. Okay? Ask the Lord to give you an opportunity to show them love. Okay? So first, think about someone who you have a strained relationship with. 2, go apologize. 3, if you didn't do anything wrong, pray for them. 4, ask God to bless you with an opportunity to show them some love. Show them some love, the love of God. Okay, because you're supposed to be a light. You're supposed to be able to go into darkness and shine a light. You're supposed to be able to, when people come into your presence, they should feel better. When people come around you, they should feel good about themselves and feel good about life. Okay, now there's also a couple other scriptures that I want you, because last time I spoke, and y'all like the scriptures. I got some good feedback from y'all. So write these down. Okay, I want you to read these over the week. Okay, 1 Peter 3, 8 through 11. 1 Peter 3, 8 through 11. Colossians 3 and 13. Leviticus 19 and 18. 1 John 4, 7 through 8. Matthew 7 and 12. Okay, so that's 1 Peter 3, 8 through 11. Colossians 3 and 13. Leviticus 19, chapter 18 verse. 1 John 4, 7 through 8. And Matthew 7 and 12. Okay, so feel free to start putting some questions in there if you have any. But let's go over this offer one more time. I am Mauritius Hollins. I'm the founder of Connecting Love and Marriage. I help wives navigate through tough seasons of marriage and connect with their boo thing, their hubby. Okay, I have 2 offers for you. The first offer, click the link in my bio, get a free guide. It's a digital guide, and it tells you how to overcome the 5 biggest problems couples face during the holidays. Okay, that's totally free. You want to go ahead and grab that. And only for the next 5 women. Only for the next 5 women. And actually, my notification came up. One of those are already gone. So there's only 4 left. Okay, there's only 4 left. I guess somebody got off and went and purchased it real quick. Okay, so there's only 4 left of my ebook, Help, How to Stay Married When Times Get Tough. It's a 58-page workbook. It's amazing. It has 7 common struggles that women face in marriage. Okay, say verses one more time. Okay, I'm sorry, Pumpkin. That's that New Yorker in me. I keep trying to learn and try to remember. I talk fast for no reason at all. So I thank you, Southern Beauty. Hey, thank you for telling me to slow down. So the 5 scriptures are 1 Peter 3, 8 through 11. The second scripture or verse are Colossians 3 and 13. Then we have Leviticus 19 and 18. 1 John 4, verse 7 through 8. And then Matthew 7 and 12. Okay, and let me know if you got those. If you didn't get them, just let me know and I'll get them to you again, boo. Okay, so grab the link, click the link in my bio to grab how to overcome the five biggest problems couples face during the holidays. And the bonus offer, I'm now down to 4. Somebody purchased it. I love those notifications. But anywho, someone grabbed 1 copy already. So there's 4 copies left of Help How to Stay Married When Times Get Tough. Regular price is $29. It's currently on sale for $19. Okay, so if you click the link in my bio, it's one more time, please. Okie dokie. Let me go back up and get those for you. 1 Peter 3, 8 through 11. Colossians 3. You're welcome, beautiful. Colossians 3 and 13. Leviticus 19 and 18. 1 John 4, 7 through 8. And Matthew 7 and 12. Okay? The best thing about the book Help, the ebook Help, is the marriage expectations assessment. That thing will rock your world, okay? It literally takes you and your husband through, sometimes we have issues in marriage because we have unanswered, unexpressed expectations. You're expecting your boo to do X, Y, Z, and he has no clue these are the things that you're wanting from him, okay? So you kind of set them up for failure by not expressing this to him. So there's a marriage expectations assessment in there. It is the bomb. Okay, I also use it for newlyweds when I have my newlywed coaching that I do. Okay, so it's 58 pages. Hello, there's a lot of stuff in there. It has a personalized affirmation for you. It has a journal in there for you. There's techniques to overcome issues in your marriage, scriptures targeting how to overcome some of the things that you deal with in marriage. So click the link in my bio. It's only $19. Regular price is $29. It's going back up after those 4 are purchased because we had 5. Now it's down to 4. If you would also like a copy of this video, click the link in my bio. Enter your name up there. And I will send you this video along with the blog post with the details of this. Okay. Are there any questions about in-laws? Anyone got questions, a challenge that they're facing? Okay, so once again, I'm Mauritrice Hollins, founder of Connecting Love and Marriage. I help wives navigate through the tough season of marriage and create a marriage that they love while reconnecting with their boo thing. All right? Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget, click the link in my bio. I got some stuff up there that you want. All right? DM me if you have any questions. Love you. Bye. I love those hearts. They're so sweet. Y'all so sweet. I love you. Bye. Oh, you said yes, you had a question? I was wondering, I didn't want to end and you had a question. Okay. So if you have a question, DM me. I might go live again just to answer your question. All right. Love y'all. Have an amazing evening. Bye. Don't forget to do your homework. Bye.